everyone, and welcome to Jack and Cat Adventures. Today we're going to be making 1 hour rolls. So to start, I have 2 teaspoons of salt in here. I'm going to add a half a cup of milk, a quarter cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons of butter, and we're going to cook this until the butter is melted and the sugar is dissolved. Now, you definitely, when we're done, you want this to cool to warm. Not cold, not hot. It has to be warm so that the yeast will live and make the rolls rise. But if you put the yeast in this once we get it melted, it'll just kill the yeast and your rolls won't rise. They'll be dense, hard, they'll be horrible. So just be leery of how long you have to leave it cool. So if you're planning on doing something else, kind of keep an eye on it because you don't want it cold. Alright, so my sugar's all dissolved, my butter's melted. I'm just going to pull this off the heat and let it get to lukewarm. Alright, so while our mixture is cooling, right before it gets to room temp where you're going to, or lukewarm where you're going to use it, let's start blooming our yeast. So in here I have 1.5 cups of warm water. Make sure it's warm because you need your yeast to grow. I have 6 3/4 teaspoon or 3 packs of yeast. Not quick rise, active dry yeast. Pour that in. I'm going to just stir it around a little bit. And now we're just going to let this sit for about 5 minutes and let it bloom. Okay, so I measured out 5 cups of flour and I have an extra cup here. You'll need between 5 and 6 cups depending on the humidity in your area. It depends on a lot of things. So I will guide you through if you need it or don't need it, and I'll tell you how you do that. So in your mixing bowl where you have your yeast mixture, you're going to add your butter mixture. And then you're going to add 4.5 cups of flour right to this. Actually, I'll just lift this up and do it in. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I did a little more than that, so there's probably half in there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so now turn it on and let's get this kneading. Now what we're going to do is, I've got this mixed in pretty good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a half cup at a time to our mixture. And what you want it to do is, you want the dough to be clean coming against the walls of the bowl. It'll be clean. It'll come into a ball. And right now I don't have that ball. It's very loose and sticky. Alright, so I'm going to add another half a cup. This is the first time I'm using the flour thing on here, and I'm not sure that I like it. I never used it on the KitchenAid either, so we'll see. Alright, let's just try and get this in there. It don't matter if we need a little bit more. I have more over here, so no biggie. Alright, let's just get that in there. Let me see how that looks. I think it still needs a little bit more stirring and probably a little bit more of my other flour. See, it's really sticky to me. I do want it a little sticky, but not that sticky. So I'm just going to keep mixing a little bit, make sure all the flour is mixed in. show you what it looks like. See, it just comes off. It came away from the bowl. I can handle it really good. So now what you're going to do is you're going to want to knead this for 2 minutes. And that's very important. So just turn this on and let it knead again. Alright, so I let this knead for 2 minutes and my bowl is clean. This looks fantastic. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it, you're going to have an oil bowl, put it down like that and then flip it. You want oil on the top and the bottom. Okay? And I have my oven proofing right now, so I'm going to stick this in my oven for about 25 minutes covered. Alright, so our dough has risen. It only took like 20 minutes. So I'm going to punch that down. Just like so. I'm going to put a little bit of flour out on my top. Okay, so we're going to pull this out. And now we're going to cut this into 24 pieces. Okay, we'll just finish these up here. Alright, now that you have them cut, you're going to cut each single into 3 pieces, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to roll it, and you're going to place it in a greased pan. And these will be kind of clover shaped, so you want to kind of get them as close to the same size as possible, but sometimes it's not possible, but they all are good. So all you do is put it in like that. Let me finish this and I'll come back to you. Alright, now that I have these all rolled out, we're going to cover them again and let them rise for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, preheat your oven to 425. Now that our rolls have set for 15 minutes, you're going to brush them with melted butter. Okay, and then you're going to stick these into a 425 degree oven for 12 minutes. I would check them at about, let's say 10 minutes. You want them nice and golden brown and kind of hollow. When you hit them, they'll sound a little bit hollow. So I'm going to put these in and I'll let you know how long they took. So here's our finished product. It took 10 minutes exactly. It says 12. Like I said, check them at 10. All ovens are different. I'm going to leave them in this pan for approximately 5 minutes and then I'm going to dump them out onto a cooling rack because you don't want the bottoms to stay hot or they'll get soggy. Also, check out my GM recipe that I think we put off on Tuesday. And the jam and these homemade rolls are to die for. So let me know if you try it. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, you do you.